Canadian Mananas Jesus. Imina 35 na legislature in Guam is back from recess, and at this time, I'd like to recognize our Majority Leader, Vice Speaker Nelson. You are recognized on a motion. Okay, there's something here, agenda.
See, just Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to make a motion notwithstanding House rules to go back to motions.
On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Majority Leader, Vice Speaker Nelson, you're still recognized.
Madam Speaker, I move to act on to override vetoed bill by the Governor number 259-35 and place in the voting file. Madam Speaker, on January 30, 2020, we received a letter from the Office of the Attorney General, Even Camacho, and the subject states legislative authority to determine the manner of filling vacancies in municipal office of mayor and vice mayor. And it reads, our office does not typically opine on other legal opinions or on proposed legislation. However, we recognize that there is great public importance in addressing the situation affecting the municipality of Jonia. To that end, we provide this opinion in response to your January 23, 2020 request. The Organic Act is silent on who has authority to create and control villages or the office of mayor. Guam law provides that vacancies in the office of mayor can be filled by a majority vote of a municipal planning council under certain circumstances. The question is whether, in the absence of any express limitations in the Organic Act, the legislature can determine the matter of filling vacancies in municipal offices of mayor and vice mayor. The answer is yes. Guam law provides that in certain situations, a vacancy in the office of mayor shall be filled by a municipal planning council, subject to the advice and consent of the legislator. Title 5 GCA subsection 40110 Bravo provides in pertinent parts. In a municipality where there is no vice mayor and the vacancy is less than 240 days before the date of the next general election, for mayors and vice mayors, the vacancy shall be filled by a majority vote of the municipal planning council of the municipality in the election for mayors and vice mayors. The vacancy shall be filled by a majority vote of the municipal planning council of the municipality in which the vacancy occurs, subject to the advice and consent of a legislatura. 5 GCA subsection 40110 Bravo. The question is whether section 40110 Bravo violates the governor's appointment powers under the Organic Act. The governor's appointment powers are set forth in sections 1422 and 1422 Charlie parentheses alpha of the Organic Act. Section 1422 provides for the governor's power to appoint officers and employees of the executive branch and states in the relevant parts. The governor shall appoint and remove all officers of the employees of the executive branch of the government of Guam, except as otherwise provided in this way or any other act of Congress or under the laws of Guam. 48 USC subsection 142, section 1422 Charlie Alpha provides for the governor's power to appoint the heads of executive agencies and instrumentalities. Under this section, the governor shall, except as otherwise provided in this chapter of the laws of Guam, appoint by and with the advice and consent of the legislator all heads of executive agencies and instrumentalities. Courts have held that the legislature cannot restrict the appointment of certain positions. If such restrictions interfere with powers expressly granted to the governor under the Organic Act, see Berdalio versus Baldwin, 624 Foxtrot, .2 Delta 932, 934-35 9th Circa, 1980, finding that a statute restricting the governor's power to appoint hospital trustees was inorganic because it conflicted with the Organic Act, provision vesting the governor with the authority to maintain Guam's health services. Nelson versus Ada, 878, Foxtrot 2 Delta 277-279, 9th Circa, 1989, finding that a statute calling for the election of school board members rather than appointment by the governor was inorganic because it conflicted with the Organic Act provision, vesting the governor with the authority to establish, maintain, and operate Guam's public school system. The Supreme Court, however, has recognized that not all laws which limit the governor's ability to appoint members of government agencies or boards violate the Organic Act. In Sablan versus Gutierrez, 2002, Guam 13, the Supreme Court was asked to determine whether legislation requiring the governor to appoint members of the Guam Election Commission from lists of candidates provided by two main political parties on Guam violated the governor's appointment authority under the Organic Act. The governor argued that any limitation on his power of appointment violates the Organic Act. The court rejected that argument, holding that even assuming arguendo, the GEC was an executive agency in instances where the Organic Act was silent, the legislature had authority to provide for the appointment of its members. The court went on to observe that, unlike the facts presented in Berdalio versus Baldwin and Nelson versus Ada, no other provision with the Organic Act limits the manner in which the legislature may restrict the power of appointment with respect to GEC, Sablan 2002, Guam 13 and 14. This suggests that the legislature has the authority to determine how public officials are selected unless there is a conflict with specific powers vested in the governor by the Organic Act. See Driscoll versus Sakin. Observing that it seems settled that where the constitution of this state is silent, the legislature may determine the manner in which a public official may be named and may delegate the selection to others, and that the executive may be clothed with no discretion in the issuance of the commission. The Organic Act does not vest the governor with specific powers over municipalities. This is not surprising because it is generally settled law that the power to create a corporation, either public or private, has been observed to be a legislative function. It frequently has been broadly stated in the decisions of the courts of this country that legislative authority over municipal corporations exist. Except as limited by the federal and state constitutions, or that legislative control exists as to civil and political governmental powers or the like, and such legislative power is often referred to as plenary, supreme, absolute, complete, or unlimited. The McQuillan, the Law of Municipal Corporations, subsection 4.03, 3 Delta ED, 1987, with the footnotes omitted. See also People versus Village of North Barrington, application 1968, holding that municipalities are mere creatures of the legislature, created for convenience in handling of day-to-day local problems. The legislature created municipalities. See 1 GCA subsection 403. The legislature also established the office of mayor for the municipality and the villages of Guam. See 5 GCA subsection 40101. Based on the Organic Act's silence on the issue, it follows that the legislature may determine the manner of filling the office of mayor and filling vacancies in the same. In conclusion, the Organic Act is silent with respect to municipalities and the offices of mayor and vice mayor. Thus, courts are likely to find an appointment to fill a vacancy in the office of mayor is more akin to appointments to the GEC described in Sublon than it is to appointments to the Board of Trustees of the public hospital discussed in Bordalio or members of the school board in Nelson. Therefore, it is our opinion that the legislature can determine the manner of filling vacancy in municipal offices of mayor and vice mayor without impermissibly encroaching upon the governor's power of appointment in the Organic Act. So, Madam Speaker, just in light of everything, this Bill 259 in no way impedes or creates a roadblock for the special election since the resigning of the mayor. This Bill 259 creates a path, a way through that is currently absent in statute on should a vacancy occur in the future. These items are put into place to fill the vacancy and to ensure that if there is a vacancy, there is a mechanism for the people who have elected their mayors to be able to have another mayor without having to wait months and months and months for their to have their public servant worked for them. Madam Speaker, it's also very clear that with this AG opinion that the legislature acted in a deliberate and forward way in trying to address the immediate issue of the lack of representation to the village. And so we are moving, I ask my colleagues for support in this bill to ensure that we correct the mistakes of the past and we prepare solutions for our future. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're very welcome, Vice Speaker Nelson. On the motion to act on the veto bill 259-35 COR, notwithstanding the objections of Imagahaga and Guahan, are there anyone else wishing to speak? Senator Therese Terlaye, you are recognized on the
Thank
veto
you, Madam
motion.
Speaker. I rise in support of the override of this Bill 259. We are actually in a very good situation today where after very long deliberations on this bill, the legislature came to a bill that was unanimously decided on as a way to address permanent and temporary vacancies in the office of mayor and also in the municipal planning councils. I think it's important that the AG opinion is consistent with our own legal counsel's opinion, and both analyses demonstrate that it is a creation, that the Municipal Planning Council is a creation of the Guam Legislature, it is of Guam law, and the legislature may direct that it is the Municipal Planning Council and not the governor that will decide on village affairs in the event, especially of and we've provided here for a temporary vacancy, which at the time was very relevant for Jotnya. The bill specifically provides that the Guam Election Commission determines whether the criteria has been met for a permanent vacancy in the office of mayor, and that the Municipal Planning Council will determine if a temporary vacancy exists in the office of mayor exceeding 30 days, and it will allow the Municipal Planning Council to appoint an acting mayor to address the village affairs. And so I believe this is exactly where this authority belongs, and that we should support this, Madam Speaker. So I thank my colleagues for their support, and I thank the sponsor of this motion, Sidus Masi.
Buen Pobetsu, Senator Therese Terlaye. On that motion, are there anyone else wishing to speak? If not, Vice Speaker Nelson, you are recognized. On the motion. Yeah. So, yes. Um, No, well, she's going to close, so if you have a statement, Senator, yes, because we're back in motions.
Yeah.
So on the motion to close, Vice Speaker Nelson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I understand that that this bill is a very political bill, but this bill was voted unanimously by this body. And what more now that we have an opinion by the Attorney General's office telling the people of Guam that this body acted in the right. This body created the mayors. This body is well within their jurisdiction to ensure how they are managed, to ensure that we can correct the gaps in the statute that is relative to filling the vacancies of a mayor, that is relative to the Municipal Planning Council's actions. I guess at this point, Madam Speaker, I'm just going to give it to God. Colleagues, I humbly ask for your support to stand your ground, to show that we are a separate body from the administration. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Situus Masi, Vice Speaker. Vice Speaker, on the motion to place.
Madam Speaker, I move to act on vetoed bill, and that bill number 259-35, which was overruled by the governor, and that it be placed in the voting file.
Did she say notwithstanding? I didn't. Huh? On the motion, are there any objections? Senator Therese, did you object? Are there any objections? No objections. Bill number 259-CUR is in the voting files. Senator Regine Biscoli, I will recognize you at this time.
Sidus Masi, Madam Speaker, and good morning, colleagues. Madam Speaker, if I can beg the indulgence of my colleagues, I move that we reconsider the actions of the body on Bill number 200-35 COR as amended by the committee and substituted and further amended on the floor in order to make a critical correction to the legislation.
Thank you. On that motion, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to go to the second reading file.
No, move. On the motion to reconsider, without any objection, motion carries. And we're still on motions. So Senator, Assistant Majority Leader Taitsuno, I will recognize you on Resolution 255, please.
Dispensa, Madam Speaker, I made a motion
Right.
to move to the second reading file so I
Right.
can.
So that we can move it. One moment, I will get clarification from the. Yeah. The motion is to go to the second. I do know that there's one or two more senators that may have bills to bring up, to bring back to motion. So Senator Lee, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I now move to place Bill number 200-35 COR as amended by the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, Telecommunications, Technology, and Labor, and substituted and further amended on the floor in the third reading, and I'd like the opportunity to discuss it.
Please proceed.
Sidus Masi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'd like to introduce an amendment to clarify the language in Bill 200-35 regarding the minimum compensation for permanent total disability. And I believe that amendment has been passed out.
I don't have a copy. Sergeant of Arms?
Madam Speaker, if I may, I can just begin explaining.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, when this measure was moved into the voting file initially, we updated our stakeholders of the successful amendments adopted by this body. And thanks to this direct engagement born from a commitment to transparency, a potential flaw in the new automatic increase in this provision became very clear. Though it ties the minimum weekly compensation for permanent total disability to 2/3 of the minimum wage as intended, not factoring in a number of hours worked could mean that the potential of a weekly payout of only $5.50. That certainly was not my intention. That certainly wasn't the intention of the stakeholders. And reflecting on discussions that we've had with stakeholders and with my colleagues, Madam Speaker, I don't believe that that's what anyone had in mind with this language. And so at this time, I'd like to just read, if I may. This is an amendment to page 2, line 25 and 26, to amend the bill to read, subsection 9107B of Chapter 9, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated is hereby amended to read, Section 2, if the employee's average weekly wages as computed under subsection 9111 are less than the amount equivalent to 20 hours times 66 2/3 per centum of the prevailing minimum wage, so that's 20 hours times 66.75% times the minimum wage per week, he or she shall receive as compensation for permanent total disability not less than the amount equivalent to 20 hours times 66 2/3 per centum of the prevailing minimum wage per week. And Madam Speaker, I just want to be clear that this amendment would only change the minimum rate for weekly compensation due to permanent disability. The language before us would keep a separate process for calculating average weekly earnings intact and unchanged. And I want to thank Ms. Nancy Tan for personally walking our office through this important distinction. And if any of my colleagues have questions, I'd be happy to answer it. But it's my understanding that with the language that's currently in the bill, it could be misconstrued to read 66 2/3 times the minimum wage, which would only amount to about $5. And so that's why we're making this change.
Sidus Masi, Senator Lee on the motion. Anybody on the Senator Therese?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would just, I appreciate the amendment. We're going to, by this amendment, take care of those who are working part-time or 20 hours a week as opposed to the 40-hour-a-week schedule. But I just want to, I didn't have time to really clarify with the Legislative Council, but I'm afraid that by deleting the existing subsection 2, we are deleting our ability to take care of full-time, less than minimum wage earners. And so I kind of think my initial reaction is we need to keep both the current two and the new two that she is proposing here. So I guess I would either ask the author to yield or ask for a brief recess to clarify with council.
Senator Therese, you bring up a very good point. We're going to take a moment's recess. Ready? Imina 85 na legislature in Guahan is back from recess. When we last left, we took a moment's recess. At this time, I will still recognize Senator Therese Chalahi on the amendment.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the recess, and I did get my questions clarified, and so thank you for that. So this amendment would, in effect, where our current law provides that if your employee's average weekly wages are less than $150, it's going to change that to where if your employee's average weekly wages are less than $110, then you will receive $110. So what used to be $150, if you're less than $150, we receive $150. Now is if it's less than $110, you will receive $110. And this is only though for permanent total disability. And so it affects those who are between $110 and $149 per week currently, who might be affected. They will not automatically be increased to $150. I saw some testimony, they refer to this as malingering, those who are going to get on workers' comp more than what they are actually making, but I can see the public policy behind this for permanent total disability, Madam Speaker. So I understand the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else on the main amendment as proffered by Senator Lee? If not, Senator Lee, you can close.
Sutuas Masi, Madam Speaker, and I'd just like to clarify, that's $110 for those who are working at minimum wage at only 20 hours. So only part-time workers under the minimum wage. Madam Speaker, another colleague of mine brought something else to my attention, and I'd just like to make an amendment to this amendment to disregard the first two lines. We don't want to make any changes to subsection 9107B1. The only changes in this amendment that we'd like to make are to subsection 9107B2, and that's adding the 20 hours times. So on that
Yes,
motion
on that-
for the amendment to the amendment,
Thank you, Senator Lee. On that motion to delete that B1, that should not be in this amendment.
just
So
changes to B1. We want to keep B1
it will
intact.
we will only be addressing item 2. On that motion, without any objection, motion carries. Senator Lee, you're still
Thank you very
recognized.
much. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and I'd like to thank my colleague for bringing that up. I just also want to be clear that this amendment would only change the minimum rate for weekly compensation due to permanent disability. The language before us would keep a separate process for calculating the average weekly earnings intact and unchanged, and I ask my colleagues for the support of this amendment and of the bill as a whole.
Samasi. So on the amendment, without any objections, there's an objection. All those in favor of the Lee amendment, please signify by raising your hand. Motion carries. Senator Lee, you're still recognized.
Sutuas Masi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, at this time, just make sure I'm doing this correctly. I move to place Bill number 200-35 LS as
LCR.
amended by the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, Telecommunications, Technology, and Labor, and substituted and further amended on the floor to the third reading file, and to vote without engrossment. So just to clarify, this bill has already been engrossed, but we made this one change. I apologize, Madam Speaker. I'd like to amend my motion.
Yes, please proceed.
This is just Mossy, Madam Speaker. And again, thank you, colleagues, for your support on the last amendment. Madam Speaker, I move to place Bill number 200-35 COR as amended by the committee and substituted and further amended on the floor to the third reading and to vote without engrossment, and also to maintain its original place in our agenda.
Are there any objections? Hearing none, seeing none, motion carries.
This is just Mossy, Madam Speaker and colleagues.
Thank you, Senator Lee. Senator Taitanu, you are recognized.
Sujus Masi, Madam Speaker. Notwithstanding the House rules, I move to go to motions to make a couple of small corrections on the Resolution 255.
On that motion, without any objections, motion carries. Senator Taitanu, you're still recognized.
Notwithstanding the actions of the body on Resolution 255, I wish to go to the second reading file.
Sorry, Senator Taitanu, just because we have to make sure our motions are in order, to move to reconsider the actions of the body on
Yes,
that
so
motion.
notwithstanding the actions of the body on Resolution 255, I move to have us reconsider the actions of the body.
On that motion, without any objection, motion carries. We are on second reading. So can you take us back to the second reading, please?
Yes, I would like to take us to the second reading file.
On that motion, without any objection, motion carries. Please proceed, Senator Taitanu.
I motion to place Resolution 255 in the third reading file to discuss.
And that's resolution number 255-35LS.
Hungin, Resolution 255-35 LS
To the third reading.
to the third reading file to discuss.
On that motion, please proceed.
There are just two small areas here. One is on page, let me just make sure. Where did it go? One is on page 3, and it's on line 22. So in reading the engrossed version, I realized that there was a repetition of the term preferred. So it's a bit of bad grammar, but also it perhaps incorrectly implies that the political status preference is going to be one long preferred. So I would just move to strike out long preferred so that that line reads, to achieving the political status preference for its residents. It's cleaner and more straightforward that way.
On that motion, Senator Taitanu, I will recognize you, Minority Leader.
So just Mossy, Madam Speaker. To the previous speaker regarding the amendment, she left out long. So was that the intent? Because from what I heard, taking out preferred was the only thing to be taken out,
long.
but when she repeated herself, she did not incorporate the word long.
Thank you, Minority Leader. Would that be long preferred, to delete long preferred, am I right?
Sujus Masi. So just to clarify, it is to take out both long and preferred.
On that motion,
Page 3, line 22.
on that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Taitanu, you're still recognized on the technical amendment.
Sujus Masi, Madam Speaker. So I just wanted to bring to the body's attention that there will be a technical correction. We did go back to what was stated on the floor. The Speaker did state that the Committee on Decolonization and Leadership would be included on page 4 in the resolved clause. And I motion that in that reference to Committee on Decolonization, that it mirror the previous reference to the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, and that it say the legislative chairperson of the Committee on Decolonization, so there's that consistency.
I just want to make sure for the record, Senator Taitano, that it's the Commission on Decolonization, right? Chairmanship on the Commission.
Yes.
On that motion,
Is it? Oh, it is Committee on Decolonization. I think legal is clarifying just to make sure it's the correct
yes.
reference.
Just a moment. I have legal making the interpretation on that and making sure that we have the right committee in. Oh, no. Senator Taitano, you're still recognized.
Sujus Masi, Madam Speaker. So with guidance by the legal counsel, they have said that the correct way to refer to this, again, with that consistency of the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, is to make this be the legislative chairperson of the Committee on Self-Determination.
On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing, it would be on the committee as stated by the standing rules, the Committee on Self-Determination, as stated by the Committee Oversight. We're going to take a moment's recess. y 35 la legislatura en Guam is back from recess. Again, Senator Taitano, just for clarification, it would be the oversight
Again,
chair.
So for clarification, we did have verification that this should have been engrossed to already have mentioned the Committee on Decolonization and Leadership. So I wanted to bring that to everybody's awareness that that will be a technical correction, but it also was an opportunity to make it consistent and correct with the way that the committee is referred to in our standing rules. So the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs will stay. Leadership will also be added in, as was added in on the floor during session. And we will be adding in what was meant by the reference on the floor is the legislative chairperson of the Committee on Self-Determination as the correct reference.
Thank you. On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none. Motion carries. Senator Taitano, can you bring us? You are recognized.
Sijus Masi, Madam Speaker. I move that we go to that the resolution 255-35 LS is placed in the third reading file to vote without further engrossment.
And keep its place in the voting agenda.
And keep its place in the voting
Agenda. On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none, seeing none, motion carries. At this time, Sergeant of Arms, can we call everybody back in, please? At this time, I will recognize Vice Speaker Nelson to take us to the consideration of the daily file, please. No. Consideration of the daily file, the voting file. Vice Speaker, please proceed.
Sijos Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to make a motion to move to the consideration of the daily file.
On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Vice Speaker, if I may, as we're waiting, can we just make a motion to excuse members? Vice Speaker now, are we,
Si just Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to make a motion to excuse members present for today voting,
not present?
notwithstanding House rules.
Not present.
Oh. I stand corrected.
Not,
I'd like to make a motion to excuse members not present for today's voting.
on that motion, are there any objections? Seeing none, hearing none, motion carries. Vice Speaker Nelson, you are still recognized.
Si just Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to, notwithstanding House rules, I'd like to ask that we dispose of vetoed Bill 259 first.
On the motion to, yes, right, on the motion to move veto Bill 259-35, notwithstanding the objections of Imagala and Guahan, to the top of the agenda. Are there any objections? There's an objection? No objection. No objection, motion carries. Colleagues, on Bill number 259-35 CL, shall the bill of item 255-35, notwithstanding the objections of the Magalahi, be passed, be overridden. On that motion, roll call.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, nay. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, nay. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excused. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, pass. Speaker Munya Barnes.
No.
Speaker Munya Barnes, nay. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, pass. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, nay. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, nay. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, pass. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, nay. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, pass. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, pass. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, pass. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, nay. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, nay. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, nay.
Vetoed Bill 259-35 COR, notwithstanding the veto, Bimagala and Guahan, should the bill be overwritten. Bill received 3 ayes, 10 nays, veto, and 2 excused absent. Motion fails. Bill number 41-35 COR, clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 41-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Rules and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, Amanda L. Shelton, Kelly Marsh Titano, William M. Castro, Regine Bisco-Lee, Joe S. San Augustine, Sabina Flores Perez, Talina Cruz Nelson, Louise B. Munoz, Jose Pito Terlahi, Clinton E. Rigel, Therese M. Terlahi, James C. Moylan. An act to add a new Chapter 16 to Title II, Guam Code Annotated, relative to expanding, enhancing, and implementing the Public Policy Institute PPI program to encourage educational, political, and real work growth, as well as offer work experience.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excused. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, aye. Speaker Munoz-Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munoz-Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 41-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 41-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 102-35 LS, clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 102-35 LS, as amended by the Committee on Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land, and Justice, and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Mary Camacho Torres, Regine Bisco-Lee, Talina Cruz Nelson, James C. Moylan. An act to add a new Chapter 53 to Title VII of the Guam Code Annotated, relative to the creation of civil remedies for victims of intentional or threatened disclosure of intimate images, and to further citing this act as the Guam Uniform Civil Remedies for Unauthorized Disclosure of Intimate Images Act of 2019.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excused. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Colleagues, Bill number 102-35LS received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 102-35LS is duly passed by this body. Bill number 141-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 141-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Health, Historic Preservation, Land, and Justice, and further amended on the floor, introduced by Tello T. Titagui, Jose Pito Terlahi, an act to amend Section 61545 of Subarticle 5, Article 5, Chapter 61, Division 2, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to violations of sign regulations.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excused. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, pass. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye.
Bill number 141-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 141-35 is duly passed by this body. Bill number 177-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 177-35 COR, introduced by Tina Rose Munya Barnes, an act to repeal Section 5 of Public Law 33-186 and Article 6 of Chapter 8, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the Guam Retirement Security Plan, GRSP.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 177-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 177-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 182-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 182-35 COR, as amended on the floor, introduced by Jose Pito Terlahi, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, William M. Castro, an act to add new sections 90.41, 90.42, and 90.43 to Article 1 of Chapter 90, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, relative to creating an inmate commissary at the Department of Corrections.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
I'm good.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 182-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 182-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 183-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 183-35 COR, introduced by Jose Pito Terlahi, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, William M. Castro, an act to add a new Article 6 to Chapter 90 of Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the creation of a Civilian Corrections Reserve Program at the Department of Corrections.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
I'm good.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 181-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 183-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 200-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 200-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, Telecommunications, Technology, and Labor, and substituted and further amended on the floor, introduced by Regine Bisco Lee, Mary Camacho Torres, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, an act to amend sections 9107B, 9109C20, 9110A, and E, and 9115M, and to add new sections 9146 and 9108E, all of Chapter 9, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relative to updating Guam's 30-year-old rates for workers' compensation and authorizing alternative medical facilities for injured employees.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, aye. Speaker Munoz Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munoz Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui. Senator Taitagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 200-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 200-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 201-35 COR, clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 201-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, Telecommunications, Technology, and Labor, and further amended on the floor, introduced by Regine Bisco Lee, Mary Camacho Torres, an act to amend Section 9141 and add new sections 9142C, 9142D, and 9143D, all of Chapter 9, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the composition of the Workers' Compensation Commission and allowing the appearance and participation of Commission members at meetings and hearings by telephone conference or video teleconference or live stream.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excused. Senator Munoz. Senator Munoz, aye. Speaker Munoz Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munoz Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Taitagui. Senator Taitagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, nay. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excused.
Bill number 201-35 COR received 12 ayes, 1 nay, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 201-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 204-35 COR, clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 204-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Environment, Revenue and Taxation, and Procurement, and further amended in the Committee of the Whole and on the floor. Introduced by Joe S. San Augustine, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, William M. Castro, Clinton E. Rigel, Jose Pito Terlahi, and Act to add a new Article 10 to Chapter 77, Division 2, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to authorizing the issuance of business privilege tax credits for contributions to the renovation and improvement of the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse and participation of the Guam Basketball Confederation in the 2019 through 2021 FIBA Asia Cup competitions.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, pass. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, pass. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, nay. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, nay. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, pass. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, nay.
Bill number 204-35 COR received 10 ayes, 3 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 204-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 210-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 210-35 COR, as amended on the floor, introduced by Therese M. Terlahi, Joe S. San Augustine, James C. Moylan, Amanda L. Shelton, Tello T. Titagui, Clinton E. Rigel, Jose Pito Terlahi, Talina Cruz Nelson, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Sabina Flores Perez, William M. Castro, Regine Bisco Lee, Kelly Marsh Titano, Louise B. Munya, Mary Camacho Torres, and act to appropriate the balance of the Hospital Capital Improvement Fund to the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority for capital improvement projects.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse.
Bill number 210-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 210-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Bill number 231-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 231-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Public Accountability, Human Resources, and the Guam Buildup, and further amended on the floor. Introduced by Selena Cruz Nelson, Amanda L. Shelton, Therese M. Terlahi, Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Jose Pito Terlahi, Clinton E. Rigel, Tello T. Titagui, James C. Moylan, an act to amend Section 8104P of Article 1, Chapter 8, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to including Department of Youth Affairs youth service workers as uniformed personnel for retirement purposes.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Ungan.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse.
Bill number 231-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 231-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Resolution number 255-35 LS. Clerks, please read the title.
Resolution number 255-35 LS, as amended on the floor. Introduced by Tina Rose Munya Barnes, Joe S. San Augustine, Kelly Marsh Titano, Amanda L. Shelton, Jose Pito Terlahi, Telena Cruz Nelson, William M. Castro, relative to supporting Guam's application for membership in the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, UNPO.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh Titano. Senator Marsh Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Ungan.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rigel. Senator Rigel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse.
Resolution number 255-35 LS received 13 ayes and 0 nays and 2 excuse absent. Resolution number 255-35 LS is duly adopted by this body. Bill number 173-35 COR. Clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 173-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land, and Justice, and substituted and further amended on the floor, introduced by Therese M. Terlahi, Sabina Flores Perez, an act to add a new Chapter 93 to Title 9 Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing a standardized risk assessment and system of treatment programs for criminal sexual conduct offenders, which shall be known as the Criminal Sexual Conduct Assessment and Rehabilitation Act.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, pass. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Mungan.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Tydegui. Senator Tydegui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye.
Bill number 173-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill 173-35 COR is duly passed by this body. On the nomination of Felicitas Angel to serve as a member of the Guam Education Board, retired teacher, school administrator of GDOE representative. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Felicitas Angel received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Nanito V. Blas to serve as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Nanito B. Blas received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Jose Arthur D. Chang, Jr. to serve as a member of the Guam Land Use Commission, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Jose Arthur D. Chang, Jr. received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Agapito A. Diaz to serve as a member of the University of Guam Board of Regents, all those in favor, please raise your hands. Agapito A. Diaz received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Cynthia V. Akubi to serve as a member of the Guam Board of Equalization, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Cynthia V. Akubi received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Pedro S. N. Guerrero to serve as a member as the Utilities Representative for the Public Utilities Commission, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Pedro S. N. Guerrero received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. On the nomination of Pelagio S. Sardoma to serve as a member of the Guam Board of Equalization, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Pelagio S. Sardoma received majority support and is duly confirmed by this body. And at this time, colleagues, we are on brief extension of remarks. Line item 18, anyone wishing? Senator Therese Terlari, you are recognized.
Madam Speaker, I would like to make a motion notwithstanding the rules that we reconsider the vote on Bill 210, which is regarding the Guam Memorial Hospital capital improvement projects. I'd like, with the indulgence of my colleagues, to go back to second reading and make an amendment to this after speaking with our legislative counsel. And I'm sorry I didn't see this earlier, Madam Speaker.
On that motion, are there, Senator Lee, I will reckon, we'll have a brief recess. Imina 85 na legislatura in Guahan is back from recess. Colleagues, we do have a motion on the floor notwithstanding to reconsider the actions of the vote on bill number 210-35. 210-35 COR. Are there any objections? Hearing none. Motion carries. Senator Terlaye, you're still recognized. We're back in,
In second reading?
yeah, no. She needs to take us to second reading. On the motion to move us back to second reading, Senator Terlaye, you are recognized.
Oh, on the
We
mo-
just moved to reconsider.
Oh, okay.
the
So
actions
I'd like
of-
to make a motion to go to second reading on Bill 210 for the purpose of making amendment, Madam Speaker. Notwithstanding the House rules.
Thank you, Senator Terlaye. On that motion, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Therese Terlaye, I will still recognize you.
Are we second reading now, Madam
Yes,
Speaker?
yes,
Thank you
we
very
are.
much. So, Madam Speaker, on page 2 of the bill, as engrossed, I would like to make an amendment to line 5 to change the words "the balance of" to read 10 million from, and ask that legal be allowed to make technical changes to the title. Oh, sorry.
On the
I'll start
motion.
from the beginning, Madam Speaker. So I would like to make a motion to place Bill number 210 as amended, 210-35 COR as amended on the floor, introduced by myself and many of my colleagues, Madam Speaker.
To the,
It's an act to appropriate the balance of the Hospital Capital Improvement Fund to the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority for capital improvement projects. I would like to move this to the third reading,
and discuss.
and I'd like to be able to discuss it, Madam
Yes,
Speaker.
thank you, Senator Therese. On that motion, please proceed.
Thank you. So I'd like, Madam Speaker, I'd like to ask that we make an amendment on page 2, line 5, to change the words that currently read "the balance of" to read instead 10 million from. So it would then read 10 million from the Hospital Capital Improvement Fund. And the reason for this, Madam Speaker, is because the balance varies every day. And so we don't want them to narrow it down to a single day where the balance may be low, and we want to get what was originally intended, which is the 10 million from this fund, from the excess revenues to actually be appropriated to the hospital, Madam Speaker. So I'd ask my colleague for their support on this amendment.
Sizos Masi, Senator Therese. On that motion, I have on the motion, Senator Regine Biscoli, I will recognize you.
Sidus Masi, Madam Speaker, if I could just request a brief recess.
I will acknowledge that. On the motion, we are in recess. Imina 85 na legislatura in Guam is back from recess. At this time, Senator Therese Terlahi on the amendment. Senator Regine Lee. On the amendment. Anyone else wishing to speak? On the amendment as proffered by Senator from Jonia. Are there any objections? Senator Therese Terlahi. Anyone else wishing to speak on this amendment? If not, is there an objection? Seeing that, is there an objection to the amendment as proffered by Senator Therese Terlahi? On that, Senator Joseph Augustine, I will recognize you at this time.
Madam Speaker, I just wanted to comment, just to inform the colleagues, so that it's not construed as anything else, as after I spoke to the OFB folks, the 10 million being identified was already identified in the Budget Act, so this just ensures the 10 million. It's not to add an additional amount of money. It stays with the 10 million, that's all. I just wanted to make sure that my colleagues are aware of that. And it's appropriate as long as we don't, and nobody assumes that it's more than the amount that was in the Budget Act. Thank you, ma'am.
Si Zeus Masi, Senator San Augustine. And again, that would be on Section 2. Thank you, Senator San Augustine. Anyone else wishing to speak? Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Therese, can you take us down? Senator, I apologize. Minority Leader, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I don't know if this could be just done through the legal side, but I think the title of this should also reflect. So if I may make an amendment to the title, or that if legal can do it, but it would say an act to appropriate 10 million, it would cross out the balance of in the title and to reflect what was just amended. So the act to appropriate 10 million from the Hospital Capital Improvement Fund. So that would be my amendment, or if legal can do it. If not, then I proffer an amendment to change the title to reflect that.
On that motion, to allow legal to make the necessary corrections on the title to assure that it's stated. Are there any objections? Hearing none. Thank you, Minority Leader. Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Speaker and my colleagues. And I'd like to now move to place Bill number 210-35 COR as amended on the floor and further amended on the floor to the third reading file for voting without engrossment, Madam Speaker.
On that motion, without any objection, motion carries. Clerks, please read the title on Bill 210-35 COR. I moved it. I said, clerks, please read the title.
Bill number 210-35 COR, as amended on the floor, introduced by Therese M. Terlahi, Joe S. San Augustine, James C. Moylan, Amanda L. Shelton, Tello T. Tidegui, Clinton E. Rigel, Jose Pito Terlahi, Talina Cruz Nelson, Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, Sabina Flores Perez, William M. Castro, Regine Bisco Lee, Kelly Marsh Titano, Louise B. Muñoz, Mary Camacho Torres, and act to appropriate $10 million from the Hospital Capital Improvement Fund to the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority for capital improvement projects.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Senator Castro. Senator Castro, aye. Senator Lee. Senator Lee, aye. Senator Marsh-Titano. Senator Marsh-Titano, aye. Senator Moylan. Senator Moylan, excuse. Senator Munya. Senator Munya, aye. Speaker Munya Barnes.
Again.
Speaker Munya Barnes, aye. Vice Speaker Nelson. Vice Speaker Nelson, aye. Senator Perez. Senator Perez, aye. Senator Rangel. Senator Rangel, aye. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Augustine, aye. Senator Shelton. Senator Shelton, aye. Senator Titagui. Senator Titagui, aye. Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Pito Terlahi, aye. Senator Therese Terlahi. Senator Therese Terlahi, aye. Senator Torres. Senator Torres, excuse.
Bill number 210-35 COR received 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 excused absence. Bill number 210-35 COR is duly passed by this body. Colleagues, again, we are back. Senator, Minority Leader. Senator Regine Bisco-Lee. We are on, I was just going to say that we are on brief extension of remarks. We are at that item, item number 18. Are there anyone wishing to speak? Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, you are recognized.
Sudus Masi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I feel it's necessary to explain my change in vote on Bill 259. First off, my vote today is not because I disagree with my good friend from Jigo, the primary author of the bill. I also don't disagree with the Attorney General's opinion that led to the override taking place. I'm thankful that we have advocates for this branch of government's authority over municipal affairs. But Madam Speaker, the measure that we voted for today was the byproduct of an emergency session, a decision that was made under pressure to beat a statutory deadline. In my mind, the resignation of the Jotnya mayor, although delayed, presented us with an opportunity to finally close this loophole deliberately, holistically, and meaningfully. I'm willing to reverse course on this measure if it means that we finally have the chance to do this the right way and not the quick way. And with several bills already introduced, Madam Speaker, publicly heard on this matter, I'm confident that a solution is just around the corner. And I hope my colleagues will allow that process to unfold so that all village residents can have a mayor serving their needs, and that any absenteeism, no matter the reason, triggers a way to keep them whole and to keep them working for the people of their village and the people of Guam. Sudus Masi, Madam Speaker, and thank you, colleagues.
Sudus Masi, Senator Bisco-Lee. Minority Leader, you are recognized on extension of remarks.
Sujus Masi, Madam Speaker, and thank you for the opportunity to offer my brief remarks, especially the reason behind my no vote on Bill 204, which authorizes $400,000 in tax credits. Madam Speaker, I wish to make it very clear on the record that a tax credit, no matter how some of us here may define the term tax credit, and regardless of how much and for what purpose a tax credit will be used for, a tax credit is money. Money this government doesn't have. Money this government will not receive, let alone not taking into account the potential of impairing the pledge of our current bonds and jeopardizing our future credit ratings by doing this. Madam Speaker, I, along with some of my colleagues, offered options to help bring a balance to Bill 204, including the use of existing tax credit law to cover some expenses and the use of excess FY 2019 revenue in lieu of tax credits. But none of these proposes was approved.
The tax credits authorized in Bill 204 set a dangerous precedent, as some of the tax credits may be used for travel now, which is something we haven't seen before, as tax credits are used primarily to cover CIP projects and infrastructure upgrades, but not travel. Madam Speaker, it is disheartening that while other sports teams and cultural groups continue to fundraise in some incidents, contributes their own, and in some incidents, contributes their own money in order to participate in various competitions and events on and off island. We heard from the president of the GBC during discussion on Bill 204, and I quote, it will really help in terms of our players and staff being able to focus on games and not fundraising efforts in order to even travel to these competitions, unquote. Madam Speaker, I fully support infusing any additional resources, including tax credits if necessary, to help modernize UOG sports facilities. However, it would have been nice to know of any plans that the University of Guam, have to renovate their own field house. Madam Speaker, in closing, I caution this body against fiscally irresponsible legislation such as tax credit authorization, which decreases either existing cash collections or future cash collections, particularly in light of unforeseen situations affecting revenue-generating activities in our fragile economy, such as the 2019 novel coronavirus, which is impacting our tourism industry today. Madam Speaker, for allowing me to register these serious concerns on the record.
Buen provecho, Minority Leader. Anyone else for extension of remarks? If not, Majority Leader, Vice Speaker Nelson, you are recognized.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. Madam Speaker, I just wanted to point out, there was a press release stated that was released by one of our colleagues, and I want to read the press release. It says, "The mayor has resigned, and that paves the way for a special election to replace him. Let the special election happen. Let the people of Jotnya have their say. Put the egos aside and serve the people." Madam Speaker, the override to Bill 259 is a holistic measure to ensure that municipal planning councils are in place should any vacancy arise, not just for the village of Jotnya, but for the entire island of Guam and their municipalities. It also provided a temporary vacancy clause just to ensure that if there is a temporary vacancy, that we could address the issues that the villagers of Jotnya had to endure. And well, if it's a matter of ego, if going by the AG's opinion, because I committed to my colleagues not to move on Bill 259 until the AG's opinion was given to us, and that would determine the move that I would make. And the AG's opinion says the body well acted within their jurisdiction, with what we are intended to do as a body. So it's not a matter of ego, Madam Speaker. And then if it's a matter of doing the right thing the right way, Madam Speaker, the previous colleague is absolutely right. We do have some bills that have been submitted, that have been publicly heard. But let me read to you what these bills are. Bill 260 is an act to amend subsection 40127 of Chapter 40, Title 5 GCA, relative to providing the expedient appointment of members to the Municipal Planning Council and safeguarding the invaluable role of the Municipal Planning Council. But in this measure, it states, this is the amendment to the subsection, if the vacancy remains unfilled after 60 days, the governor may appoint a member to fill the remaining vacant position with the approval of the Mayor's Council of Guam by resolution and with the advice and consent of Legislator Guahan. Bill 263, an act to add a new subsection 13106 alpha of Chapter 13, Title 3 GCA to create a temporary vacancy should a mayor be unable to perform the duties of his office for reasons other than those explicitly prescribed. And this is what we are adding in Bill 263. If the mayor is unable to perform his or her duties as prescribed as 5 GCA subsection 40112 of Division 4 of Chapter 40 for more than 45 consecutive days due to any circumstance not described in 3 GCA subsection 13106, Chapter 13, E. Magahagan Guahan shall appoint an acting member with the advice of the Municipal Planning Council of the affected village and the consent of Legislator Guahan within 30 days of the temporary vacancy being identified. This acting mayor shall serve. The duly elected mayor can return to his or her official duties, or a new mayor is duly elected by the people of Guam in a general election. So let me tell you something about this bill. One, it goes against the AG. These two bills goes against the AG opinion, and Bill 263 doesn't account for what if the mayor is vacant for the whole term. Mayors serve 4 years each term. So we're going to have to wait 3 more years for a general election to elect a new mayor? This is not about ego, Madam Speaker. This is about doing the right thing in accordance with the law. And many times we go with the AG opinion. And so I lived up to my commitment, waiting for the AG opinion and understanding how we needed to act in that respect. And so, Madam Speaker, Bill 262 is also on file, and it addresses the vacancies on Municipal Planning Council. And I am committed to ensuring that we fix the statute which involves our mayors so that the people of this island can rest assured that they will have continuous public servants within their villages. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're very welcome, Vice Speaker Nelson. So on the motion, Senator Teresa Lai, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't have prepared remarks, but I just wanted to express my sentiment very briefly on the current situation that Guam is in regards to the threat of the coronavirus. And I want to, first of all, commend the Department of Public Health and Social Services for since they first heard of this, for their work nonstop. And it's really because of my communications with them that left me very concerned, because these people in these agencies who are our front line, who are going to be literally boarding those airplanes to check, patients or people who might be sick. It's our customs officers who are literally going to be face-to-face with potential infection. And nobody wants this for Guam, of course. And so, we're grateful to see that the President and the Federal Health and Human Services Agency has, made some measures of protection, including diverting flights, flights that are passengers that are coming from China. But there are, and prohibiting some travel of non-citizens and different things. I don't want to get into the details because those are all available in the releases from the Office of Homeland Security. But I'm very glad that they include Guam specifically, and that, but I still remain concerned about, there are huge exceptions that are going to impact us. For example, there's a big exception for flights coming from Hong Kong. Those are not included. And so we know that we are receiving passengers currently, not directly from China, but indirectly. And so I would just continue to ask that the entire government, at its very upper level, Madam Speaker, including us, as much as we can, to pursue the federal agencies and their their assessment of this situation, because I want to protect our delicate health system from being overrun. Obviously, you know, we have a very limited capacity to deal with pneumonia and the other ailments that might come from this type of outbreak here on Guam. But I just also wanted to you know, raise my support for the hospital and especially for public health, because they have suffered crisis after crisis. First came the dengue, and then the fire at their building, and then this. And they've literally had to work all night and all day and do physical, really go out there to the extreme. So I just ask the community, we are learning on a daily basis, you know, the changes that happen federally. We are hoping for an increased federal involvement to prevent this type of outbreak or this type of disease from ever reaching Guam. And that's still my hope, and that's still my plea, Madam Speaker, to the governor, to you, that we continue to look high and we make sure that these federal agencies can address Guam. So, Situus Maasi. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Buen Pubetsu, Senator Therese Terlahi. If there's no one else wishing to speak, Vice Speaker Nelson, I will recognize you. Majority Leader.
Situs Masi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we have exhausted all the items on the session agenda. I make a motion that we adjourn this session subject to the call of the Speaker.
On the motion to adjourn this session, subject to the call of the Speaker, hearing no objections, so ordered. Have a good lunch and afternoon, colleagues.